Tozana bogogo nomkholisana kwasentetelo Gogo Bathini Mbatha mavula kuvala emzini yamadoda. U-Auntie Usha, #1 locksmith. Today we say you need to belong to one of these 4 categories. However, be careful which one and be clear which one you belong to. We all belong somewhere, guys. Or rather, we all should belong somewhere. You cannot just live. But unfortunately, just living in a vacuum is one of the categories. 1. Sometimes you are a worshipper, a praying individual. You pray. You are a prayer. And anything and everything that you do, it's about praying. Lalela, you are a prayer. If anyone can tell you otherwise about church, about Bible, about people that you believe in the Bible and everything, that person or those people will be in trouble with you. Secondly, you are dedicated into your ancestors. No one can tell you otherwise about yellow and blue prayer. No one. Even if things are hard, you know that if you can go home, you'll be fine. You believe so much in ancestors that you are unshakable, and you will never even spend a moment listening to somebody who will speak negative about ancestors. Thirdly, you are a multi individual. You believe in herbs, you believe in multi. You know what? After 3 months, at least you want to make sure that you get something to use. You are not just used in terms of just sitting and not doing anything, whether it's regarding enemies, whether it's regarding luck. 4th one, which is the most dangerous one, which is the one that I wouldn't advise even my enemy to belong to. This 4th one. The 4th one is belonging into a vacuum. Lalela, you're doing fuck all about your life. Nothing. You don't pray when you just wake up. You don't believe in the ancestors. You don't believe in Muti. You know, you've lost a job. Within 3 months, you got a new one. You are in your 4th divorce. You know that no, one day somebody will approach me or I'll approach somebody. You just, you don't know whether it's morning or afternoon. You just live in a vacuum. That 4th one is very dangerous, because others, I understand, you know, it's easy to assist or to advise somebody that belongs to a church, or that belongs to ancestors, or that belongs to Moti Haugog, because the one that belongs to church, you can always advise to say, you know, I've heard about this priest. I think you should try to go to their church. You know, I've heard about this way of Pasha. You know, I've read this book by Gogo Bathini Mbatha. It's regarding Pasha. Maybe if you can get that book, you can improve Pasha. Then maybe you can have a connection that you no longer feeling with your ancestors. Or hey, no, there's a guy who's very strong in terms of Muti. You know, he's from Mozambique, or he's in Guyana, or he's in Durban, or wherever. You know, he's very good, or she's very good. I think I should take you there. You see, it's easy. Then there comes a person, because this 4th one, always those individuals, they stand up late. Those individuals, they realize late, no. I cannot live in a vacuum anymore. It cannot happen anymore. I'm living in a vacuum. I need to belong somewhere. Or rather, I need help. Oh, it's difficult to assist the person that belongs in this 4th floor. It's difficult. Lalela, number 4, the person that lives in a vacuum for most of their lives, is so difficult to assist them because they are totally impatient. I don't care who says what. They are totally impatient. You take them to church, they'll by the end of the year they'll be attending the 10th church because of they criticize everything that happens to that church because it's not in them to understand the word of God. It's not in them to understand how does the word of God gets to be interpreted by the different individuals. They don't know and they don't care. If you don't preach the way they will understand you, even if they don't know how to understand the person that prays because they were not praying all these years, but the bottom line, they are expecting that. Trust me, they are expecting that. You will never tell them about yellow and blue candles because they will tell you, yeah, I saw the video you're talking about of Gogo Bathini Mbatha. I've read the testimonials of people getting help, but I've been doing that prayer for 3 months now. I don't see results. They are impatient because they are going there to see results instantly because of they stood up late to get help. Now they expect things to happen their pace. And life doesn't work like that. Yeah, I've heard, man. You told me about that guy who said Devin and everything. That guy helped you and everything. Unfortunately, he didn't help me. Mina, he didn't help me. No. That guy didn't help me. You know, things are still the same. I'm not employed, or my husband didn't come back as yet, or my wife, she's still proceeding with a divorce, or my children, or whatever. You still haven't got a job or whatever. You're criticizing now the issue of Muti, despite what people are saying about that individual. Why? Because while you still can, you just resided in this 4th category. And now you want things to happen instantly and you can't. You can't. So it is very, 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 very important for us to be careful of which category do we belong at. Everybody is titled to choose from these 4 that I've mentioned. Others, they do it all, it works for them. Others, they do it all, it doesn't work for them. Others, they are confused. They are partly here, they are partly here, they are partly here, they are partly here. It cannot happen. Trust me, it cannot happen because you are going to blame anything that is under the planet. And you may as well would have stayed in the 4th category. Lapho uzohlala khona. You know, those people who are comfortable on this category, they don't criticize. Oh, you pray. Oh, no, that's good. No, good, man. No, sharp. Oh, yashaba, fagis panja, whatever, you know, talking to ancestors. Oh, okay, all right. No, I don't have a problem with that. Maybe their partner doing that. No, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't do it. So, and don't mind it. I don't have a problem. Oh, use Muti. No, I don't have a problem with me. I don't believe Muti. Muti doesn't work for me. I don't think Muti works and everything. So if my Standasami, my partner, you belong using Muti and everything, it's okay. They just live like that. They just live like that. In the 4th category. But the day they want to get help, they are impatient. Yeah, Gogo, I took his scope, it doesn't work. I went there, they gave me something, it didn't work. I went to this pastor, I was paying every month, whatever, it didn't work. I went to Nigeria, to this church, to try to stop my calling, it didn't work. I did that. So what makes you think, Utimena, as an individual, I'll be able to assist you if you can't assist yourself by choosing where you belong? Simple. Because if you are the prayer, you will know, man, what you know, man, I need to go for fasting. If I can go for fasting maybe for 7 days, okay, I need to do this. If maybe I can do this, yeah, I'll be fine. Or I need to do this. There is something that you can do. If you belong somewhere, you always have, you are always spoiled with options. It's either you'll pray in your house. It's either you'll go to prayer cells. It's either you'll go to your pastor. It's either you just mustn't skip a Sunday of going to church. It's either uzophahla where you stay with your yellow and blue. It's either uzophahla ngenhliziyo where you are. It's either you will go home uyophahla as a family to say there's something that is not going well with me. I need to do something. I need ancestors' intervention. Or it's either you are using your muti, you go to your healer and you get help. Then they help you. Then you go to your healer and you get help. Excuse me. So you need to belong somewhere. You need to do something. You need to go somewhere. You need to be with a certain group of people. Why? Because we don't stay alone in this world. And our spiritually being assist each other in our believing systems. In prayer, in ancestors, in muti. The fourth one, it's a confused one. Balega tatwethu, balega mfowethu. You don't belong to this fourth one. Don't agree. Don't allow yourself to belong to this fourth one, because it's going to frustrate you. If you're already in this fourth category, please make sure that you stay away out of it as soon as possible. It's time you do a self-introspection. What could work for me? How was I raised? What worked as I was growing up? There are people who are a good churchgoer, dedicated churchgoers, because of they grew up in a praying families. Ugogo umkhulu will always say to you, go down on your knees and claim that thing. If you went down on your knees and you claimed something and it worked, maybe you should follow that. Your parents used to call your siblings or your father used to call your mom to come back home when your mom is complaining, when your sister is complaining, when your brother is complaining, to say things are tough where I am. They say, come home, so she said in people. Maybe if we can have intervention of ancestors, something will happen. And then it worked. You grow up in a family whereby every year kufika umuntu la ekhaya, nizogcatshwa, nizoba strong, nidle umuthi, nigabhe, nigqume, nipeyite, nenze yonke into, because that's what you believe in. It used to work. Maybe you should consider that. Just choose one of the top three rather than staying in that comfort zone, because it's going to be difficult to stand up one day. It's going to be difficult. Okay, you will know the couch that somebody sits, or a chair that somebody uses every day. In the beginning, it's comfortable. But as soon as it grows a hole where you are sitting, it starts to get uncomfortable. And it starts to make you dirty. And even where you put your arms on that chair or couch, it's starting to be not comfortable, because you know or there's a metal or there's a wood that is now coming up. Now it's even dangerous for you to sit on that chair. That's how life is, because you've decided to sit in that comfort zone for way too long. You can't afford that. Nobody could afford that. You can't. So my advice is very simple. I won't say to you, use yellow and blue. But yellow and blue, it worked even to people who used to be in a comfort zone, which the category 4. When they got to yellow and blue, then they've realized that here I'm doing something that works for me. Others, they've using yellow and blue not to partner with their ancestors, but as a prayer. Yes, it happens. Go to the comments of yellow and blue, any video, you'll see what there are people who are praying, who are calling Jesus in yellow and blue, and it works for them. It's not only for yellow and blue, it's not only for people who belongs to ancestors. So it is very, very, very important for us to take a decision, because if we take wise decisions as parents, we are bound to have children that will follow good footsteps. Because it mustn't be a taboo when you find yourself now, you have to sprinkle the yard with some muti, you need to jump primer stoves, you need to go there, you need to slaughter a goat, if you starting to experience that at a later stage of your life, it's very dangerous to adjust. You end up taking shortcuts. So it was by purpose of my loving ancestors for them to say to me, have this booklet, write this booklet, advise people, let people have this booklet in their homes, so that they can teach their children, even if they are no longer there. A child will come across this book that daddy used to read, mommy used to read, my brother used to read this book. What is this book all about? Because when you are getting into a difficult times, sometimes that is when you get to be inquisitive in asking yourself, Oguti, how is that done? And sometimes you can feel, Oguti, I think I need to learn to pray. Something says to me, I need to pray. Something says to me, I need to go down on my knees and communicate with my ancestors. Something says to me, I need good, strong motive for me to get out of this situation. Anything that you can think of, you are titled to that. And if you don't believe in anything or in something, you are not titled, unfortunately, to criticize those that believes in it. No, don't. You'll never find traditional healers having a meeting discussing churchgoers. You'll never. Nothing. You'll never find a meeting whereby a household whereby they believe in ancestors, saying, those ones, they think they're clever with their church, we'll see and everything. No. They respect them. But these ones that they belong, they believe in church, the ones that are so good in criticizing, which is wrong. So simple. Let's belong somewhere. Let's do something that we will be comfortable, that we will be consistent in doing for the rest of our lives, unfortunately. That's how life is. Because if we're living this world, we are going where we were in this planet. If we were in a vacuum in this planet, we're going to another vacuum. Then your children, if it happens that they want to belong to ancestors, unfortunately, on you, they are going to have a very confused ancestor, because you won't know what they are doing on earth. You won't know. You won't understand, because you were not doing it. That's why kids will say, umama was umamfundisi, ubaba bokumfundisi. We were not doing these things. I don't know where to start. Must I apologize for them and everything? And I'll do a video about that. No, don't apologize for them. Start your own journey. You are entitled to start your own journey. To say, kweyami indlu, kwezami ingane, kwabama abazukulu. This is what we're going to do. Here we are prayers. Here we belong. We believe in ancestors. We believe there's people called our forefathers here in this family. Here in this family, we are using umuti. Here in this family, we are living in a vacuum. We pray, we eat, we don't pray. Somebody achieves something, we don't celebrate, we don't pray, we don't slaughter, we don't do anything. It's a choice that we do. It's choices that we do as in individuals. And unfortunately, those choices, they have a way to hit back on us at a later stage if we didn't take good decisions. Gogo Bathini Mbatha, Auntie Usha, #1 Locksmith. Don't forget, Your book is now available. You phone the office number on your caption, and you order your book. It's cheap, guys. It's 100 rand, just 100 rand, and then plus postage, which is via PEP, is 160, and then we post it to your nearest PEP store. So whenever you phone the office, make sure you've got the code that sometimes is there. Pexi code is there at the window of any PEP store across South Africa and SADC countries, because we've just exported other books to Zambia, Botswana, as well as Kenya. So where there is PEP, or if there's no PEP where you're staying, we do have alternatives that we can make sure this booklet reaches your hands, reaches your bag, reaches your shelf at home. It stays on the coffee table. It stays somewhere in the house whereby anybody can just take it and read it for the benefits of that you want to achieve, if you do belong to the ancestors. Thokozani.